It's the third ball of the first over. Darren Gough is the bowler. SANATH Jayasuriya is taking strike. No runs on the board to date.
Oh, and that's a cracking shot to get off the mark. Very strong wrists, Jayasuriya. Just leant into that one. So Sri Lanka are away. Oops, and again, Jayasuriya got bowled at Lords, and well, he's got himself in a bit of a tangle there. That one's just come back off the seam and caused a little bit of discomfort. Beautiful shot, and that has cannoned into the boundary boards. He really did hit that hard, Jayasuriya.
Well, it's come off something. The appeal has gone up. Jayasuriya is stood there. And in fact, in the end, Alex Stewart signalled that it hadn't quite carried. So the England captain diffusing the situation almost immediately. Well, timing outside the off stump is Jayasuriya's strength. And Angus Fraser finding out here that although he is generally a pretty accurate bowler, the margin for error is minute against Jayasuriya. That's 4. Well, he certainly doesn't hold back, Jayasuriya. Any opportunity that's there, he takes. And with some style, too. Well, it's a good shot and a good stop. Darren Gough just managed to get enough of his hand on it to take the pace off and keep it down to 2. But Ben Hollyoak's first over has cost him 10.
Well, there's too much variation. Too full and too wide. If you're going to be a bowler on the international stage, you've got to have better control than that.
Oh, well done. Now that's technique for you. Quite a bit of technique displayed on the field by these two Sri Lankan batsmen. Nothing to match the skill it takes to carry 10 pints of foaming lager back from the bar to your mates in the stands. Great shot. That's as good as anything he's hit today. Four runs now, 4 runs again. That's all timing. And the fact there's no one at third man.
Dominic Cork. That's beautifully played. There's no one down there. And Jayasuriya looked to me, anyway, as though he did that quite deliberately. Just eased it away. That's a well-run 3. 50 up for Jayasuriya. And there's nothing unusual about this. Jayasuriya scores at this rate most times he's playing. Made 52 out of 68. He's got the 52 from just 58 balls faced. It's a cracking stroke. What a beauty. That has gone like a rocket. 5 more runs added to take Sri Lanka along at the close of play to 79 for 1. 59 of those to SANATH Jayasuriya. Lovely innings from him, some beautiful strokes. Darren Gough is the bowler, and SANATH Jayasuriya is taking strike.
Oh, good opening delivery from Darren Gough. Bit of pace, bit of bounce. And the one thing that SANATH Jayasuriya struggled with yesterday was the short ball. He got hit just above the elbow from one delivery and looked a little awkward when it was straight at his body. Flashing square cut. And Ian Salisbury was placed deliberately quite wide at third man. And that's 4 runs. Just a nudge, a powerful nudge with the bottom hand. Good placement, and thank you very much. That's going to be 4 more runs added to the total. Judged as it came off the glove. I think it might just have actually come off the arm guard. Salisbury's down at third man. And the single bringing up the Sri Lankan 100. They got there very quickly in Test match terms. It's come off 162 balls in 122 minutes. And we're in the 27th over.
Not quite what Angus Fraser had in mind. Simply don't give him any room at all. The bowlers sometimes will look at a stroke like that and think, oh, that was lucky. The problem is Jayasuriya keeps on doing it. Great stroke for 4 again. Whatever it is, it's working. It's a fierce stroke. He is a tough customer.
Yes, this is up and over again. He really flays the bat at it. The arms go, then the wrists. And he just has to get some bat on it, and it's going to go a long way.
Change in the bowling at the Vauxhall end. Dominic Cork is coming on. He took the wicket yesterday evening, that of Vanatapatu. 1 for 14 in 5 overs.
Certainly has been the one bowler to trouble Jayasuriya. Gets the line right, does Dominic Cork, and the length. He really makes the ball come back into his body. He bowls it from so wide when he's bowling around the wicket.
That's not far off the shot of the match. It was no more than a gentle defensive push, and it has rocketed away to the boundary.
Well, another boundary. It was only a fraction wide from Dominic Cork, but Jayasuriya onto it in a flash. And he's pushing for 2 now. And Jayasuriya coming back for the second run, which will take him to a magnificent 100.
But I don't know about you, Chris. I thought that was a very fine 100 for a man 2.5 years ago England called a slogger in the World Cup. I don't think he slogged one ball. He hasn't hit one ball in the air. He just played lovely shots. Now that's what he wants to bowl. He wants to bowl a lot of orthodox leg spinners, pitch them in the right area.
Well, both these bowlers, Dominic Cork and Ian Salisbury, are doing a very good job at the moment. Dominic Cork is bowling very aggressively. Just one run from the last 21 deliveries for these two batsmen, and after the start they've given the Sri Lankan team this morning, that's a very fair effort. And as always, when you show a statistic like that, it's there to prove you wrong. Well, there's the bad ball, and that's nicely fielded, Dominic Cork.
But that's too short. Message on that one was hit me, and that's what happened.
Shouts to catch it, but it's away from the man at mid-wicket. Not quite hit off the meat of the bat, but still 4.
And this is a calculated risk from Jayasuriya. He didn't really hit it in the middle, but he got enough of the bat on it to get it away for 4. Signs of frustration, yeah, and that's points for Salisbury.
Stop bowling this, Sully. You're building a pressure here.
Well, good bowling again. Jayasuriya for the first time going down the wicket, just not reading the length at all. Not much luck there for Ian Salisbury. He deserved better out of that.
Good Yorker, and Goff was half up for the shouted appeal for OBW. Thought it was through.
It's got an inside edge onto the boot. Did that hit the ground? Well, I don't think so. And then it's gone directly to that man. There's a polite inquiry from Darren Goff, and rightly so.
Well, he deliberately dropped it short, but it was just a fraction too short. It was the top spinner. He's trying to zip through and produce the pull shot. Sort of a flipper. That's too short.
This is a real shame for Ian Salisbury. He bowled so well since lunch. And now in this particular over, he's gone for 10.
Just a little paddle around, first ball. Just helped it on its way for 4. That's a fine shot. First one, the pull shot didn't quite go off the middle of the bat. That one did. Now there's a sudden little rush of boundaries for Jayasuriya. Beautiful straight. He has done no more there than give it a risky little flick. And that's taken him to his 150. Hell of a shot.
Magnificent shot. Watch how these wrists work so quickly to accelerate the bat through the ball.
And that wasn't all that short, but Jayasuriya is very, very quick onto it. He's a fine back foot player on both sides of the wicket. That's too short and too wide. I'm not quite sure why Stewart has suddenly put in a leg slip and a short leg.
Paddled away very cleverly. Nicely timed, nicely placed. 4 runs. This partnership between Jayasuriya and De Silva now worth 203. And it's Jayasuriya who's been the dominant man.
Well struck. Long chase for Angus Fraser, but he won't make it. Great shot. Dominic Cork can't cut that off, and that's his real strength. SANATH Jayasuriya. Another 4 square of the wicket, and that's the Sri Lankan 300.
Well, he favours a little bit of bottom hand, a nice back cut there. He just sort of waited for the ball.
Another 4, the second one in this over. Just too short, so the spinners are getting a pounding. There it is. 200 for SANATH Jayasuriya. And very appropriate that it comes on the offside where he scored most of his runs. 31 fours, 1 6. Truly great knock. Well, there's a big appeal. England are very confident. Batsman's not going, and more importantly, the umpire has not raised his finger.
Oh, I think there was some sort of noise. I wonder if he just caught his pad or something. They were appealing for a catch from an underside edge, I think, rather than a top edge. And I just wonder if he came into the shot, he might have just caught his pad or something. No, it was nowhere near the pad.
That's beautifully played. Now, it's worth having a long, hard look at the replay of that stroke. This is where Jayasuriya is so awkward to bowl against. That was just a little dab, but so perfectly played. It's a cracking stroke.
The only delivery that Jayasuriya has had any real trouble with today has been the one short of a length rising around the chest. Half volley, he's never had a problem with.
On this time, Ben Hollyoake has got Jayasuriya. Looked as though it might have been glove, and it might seem an odd thing to say when someone has done so well, but he'd be very disappointed with that. Even though he has made 213, I reckon he had his sights set on something much bigger. England have got the breakthrough, the third one of the innings and the first one for a long, long time. A wonderful ovation.
Just a glove from the shortish ball from Ben Hollyoake. Going through nicely to Alex Stewart. We've seen that type of delivery disappearing to the boundary at regular intervals.